It's twice as nice for the Penn Kingsman, winning back-to-back state championships here tonight, and even though he won it last year, it still doesn't feel real for Cooper Holmes. Within the safety room, there's a lot of experience at Notre Dame, but they also added 2 new transfers this offseason, Thomas Harper from Oklahoma State and Antonio Carter from Rhode Island. Those 2 guys leaned on each other to get acclimated in South Bend. Today's the day for the pros to race in the 50th anniversary of Red Bud. The 2 names to know heading into the day were the Lawrence brothers, Hunter and Jet, and they certainly lived up to the hype in first motos. Going to state is always special for the community, but this one means a little bit more for New Carlisle. If the Cougars win on Friday, it would mark the first state championship in school history. Notre Dame returns their 3 starting linebackers from last year, Maris Leofau, J.D. Bertrand, and Jack Kaiser. They're all going into their 5th year now, and they've been able to build a pretty special bond with each other off the field. This loss could wind up being a crucial one for the Fighting Irish for their NCAA seeding or entry, but they will have one more chance this weekend when they go face Boston College. Notre Dame quarterback Sam Hartman is slowly but surely learning the Notre Dame playbook. Have no fear, Irish fans, he's going to be ready for week 0 against Navy. Part in thanks to Notre Dame's new quarterbacks coach, Gino Guidugli. The 40-year-old is in his first season with the Irish as well, after playing his college days at Cincinnati. MLB teams are getting back into action this weekend after the All-Star break. The White Sox didn't start the second half strong, losing 9-0 last night. They look to bounce back tonight. You would think the White Sox would have trouble today with Strider on the mound. Not the case. Jake Berger takes him deep with an Oppo Taco, giving the Sox the lead in the 6th, 5-4. Fast forward to the bottom of the 9th, Ronald Acuna Jr. bomb to nearly the exact same spot out in right field, cuts the lead in half, and man, he is so much fun to watch. Then, with 2 runners on, Sean Murphy, broken bat ground ball, and what a play by Tim Anderson. Steps on second base, rifles it to first, he gets the game-ending double play, and the White Sox hand the Braves their first home loss since June 11th. 6-5 the final. J.R. Knesny, a South Bend St. Joe High School grad, is entering his 3rd season with the Fighting Irish basketball program. His freshman year, he played spot minutes alongside another local product, Blake Wesley, but last year Knesny waited and watched, redshirting his sophomore season. Now under a new head coaching regime, he could be poised to make his mark at the collegiate level for the first time. Coach Shrewsbury talked this week about what he's seen from Knesny so far this summer. But the fans stayed around for the second game, and they always love a free t-shirt toss. And Game 2 went much differently than Game 1. Luis Devers shoved on the mound. He struck out 8 in 5 innings and only allowed 2 hits. The Cubs scored their runs on RBI singles. Gotta love small ball. Now we'll head overseas to the grass courts at Wimbledon. Number 1 versus number 2. Carlos Alcaraz versus Novak Djokovic. The 20-year-old star versus one of the greatest of all time. After 5 hard-fought sets, it was Alcaraz who emerged on top, winning his first ever Wimbledon. Yesterday was practice day for the pros, and today is race day. However, you can't always prepare yourself for Red Bud.
You can have a game plan and you can have your strategy coming in, but whether something else could come up, something could happen, and it could all change and it's out the window and you got to shoot from the hip and rely on your instincts.
Jet and Hunter Lawrence are the dominant names to know. Both of them are undefeated in their respective classes entering today. How do they manage the pressure of staying undefeated?
I just got to make sure I come in every weekend with the same mentality as the last one, and hopefully it goes to plan, but we'll see.
The pressure of going undefeated, it's only as big a pressure as you make it yourself. You know, we're strong mentally, and hey, either as simple as we'll either win them all or we won't, you know, so it's just take the emotion away from it and go out and do our best.
In addition to the opposing riders, they also have to deal with the sibling rivalry.
It's a different rivalry. It's a really healthy rivalry, you know. We always push to strive and better ourselves, but we're a team within a team, if that makes any sense.
It's cool because you want him to do good, but also you want yourself to do better.
Jet's plan after practice yesterday was a simple one.
Just relax and recover, get ready for tomorrow's mayhem.
Reporting in Buchanan, I'm Josh Bodie, 16 Sports. Despite losing in their first playoff game last year, New Prairie players knew even before the season that this team had a good shot at the state title.
We have a lot of athletes on this team. We have a lot of good players. We've worked really hard, and you could tell at the beginning of the year this team had a good run.
We all made it clear in the very beginning, we're going to get there, no matter what it takes.
Going to state is always special for the community, but this one means a little bit more for New Carlisle. If the Cougars win on Friday, it would mark the first state championship in school history.
if we were able to be the first people to ever do that, that would be super special for all of us.
I think it would mean a lot knowing that we come from a small town and nobody really knows of New Carlisle. It's so small and nobody expects us to be so good.
Since we're basically a small school in the middle of nowhere, it would mean a lot if we were able to bring home that trophy to the community.
New Prairie softball has made it to the state once before in 2006 when Michaela's aunt was on the team. She also held the team home run record, and when Michaela broke it, her aunt had one thing in mind.
I called her and I was like, I broke it. I beat you. And she goes, so now you gotta win state. So I'm like, okay, I will.
Reporting in New Carlisle, I'm Josh Bodie, 16 Sports.